The aeroplane touched down with a gentle bump, the wheels skimming the slick runway as if hesitant to disturb the delicate veil of rain that had settled over everything. Through the window, the world outside was a blur of gray and silver, the city's edges softened by the steady drizzle, as if the landscape itself was still waking from a dream. Raindrops raced down the glass, distorting the runway lights, a soft, embracing cloak of Japan's monsoon season, Tsuyu. Each droplet seemed to carry a secret, whispering stories of summer beginnings and the gentle melancholy that comes with the rain. Many see rain as a disruption, but for me, it felt like an invitation, a promise of magic waiting to be discovered. The rain was not a barrier, but a gentle nudge to slow down, to notice the world in a new way. Stepping out of the airport, the warm, humid air wrapped around me, and the rhythmic patter of rain slowed the city's usual rush. The air was thick with the scent of wet earth and blooming hydrangeas, a fragrance unique to this season. Colorful umbrellas bobbed along, turning the crowd into a field of moving flowers. Each umbrella was a tiny world of its own, sheltering stories and laughter beneath their bright canopies. My first taxi ride was through a watercolor city, lights smeared on wet roads, storefronts glowing warmly against the drizzle. The city felt alive, its reflections shimmering like brushstrokes on a canvas, every puddle catching a piece of neon or lantern light. I felt a profound peace settle over me. This trip would be about feeling a place, letting the weather guide my experience. I realized that sometimes the best way to know a city is to let it reveal itself slowly, through the rhythm of its rain. A soft piano melody played on the radio, mingling with the swish of wipers and hum of the engine, a harmonious bubble of tranquility. The music and the rain seemed to speak the same language, both soothing and full of quiet anticipation. Leaning against the cool glass, I watched the world slide by in a cascade of light and water. Each passing moment felt suspended, as if time itself had slowed to match the gentle tempo of the rain. The rain wasn't an obstacle, it was the main character, and I was a visitor in its magical, glistening kingdom. In that moment, I knew that every drop held a new beginning, and I was ready to let the rain write the first chapter of my journey. My first morning began with a gentle drumming of rain on the roof of my ryokan, a sound both foreign and comforting, as if the world itself was welcoming me with a soft embrace. Sliding open the paper screen, I was greeted by a garden below, leaves glistening with fresh droplets, moss a deep, vibrant emerald, and the air thick with the earthy scent of petrichor. The mist lingered, blurring the edges of stones and shrubs, making the whole scene feel like a living painting. I set out with a transparent umbrella, watching raindrops gather and race across its surface, creating shifting patterns above me. Each drop caught the morning light, refracting it into tiny prisms, and I found myself mesmerized by the ever-changing dance overhead. The streets were calm, every puddle reflecting the world upside down. Gray sky, wooden houses, and cyclists in colorful raincoats gliding silently by. The rain seemed to soften the city's edges, turning the familiar into something quietly magical. The city's usual sharp noises were muffled, replaced by the soft splash of footsteps and the distant chime of a train passing through the mist. Even the neon signs seemed gentler, their reflections shimmering in the wet pavement. The rain turned a simple walk into a meditative experience, making me notice details I might have missed, like a spider web jeweled with droplets, or the way rain traced delicate lines down bamboo stalks. Every step felt intentional, every breath filled with the freshness of renewal. Passing strangers shared nods and smiles, a quiet community, partners in this gentle, watery dance. There was a silent understanding, a sense that we were all part of something larger, moving together through the softened world. The rain created a sense of togetherness, inviting us to meander and find joy in the simple beauty of a world cleansed by summer showers. Laughter echoed softly as friends huddled under shared umbrellas and children splashed gleefully in puddles, their delight infectious. It was a day for slowing down, letting the path unfold naturally, and savoring the profound peace of a rain-washed morning. In this glistening world, every moment felt like a quiet celebration of new beginnings and gentle discoveries. Arriving in Kyoto during the rain felt like stepping into a more ancient, mystical era. The golden pavilion glowed against a moody sky, its reflection shimmering on a rain-rippled pond. The garden's colors were richer, the mossy paths quieter, the air fragrant with damp cedar. At Fushimi Inari, the red torii gates glowed in the gray light, each step a pilgrimage deeper into tranquil forest. The rain created a rhythmic curtain of water, adding to the sacred atmosphere. In Ginkakuji's gardens, the sand cone and raked patterns absorbed the soft light, inviting quiet contemplation. The rain encouraged stillness, a true gift, washing away the dust of the everyday world and revealing a purer, more connected Kyoto. Here the city whispered its secrets to those willing to listen to the language of the rain. A rainy day in Japan is a symphony for the senses, alive and ever-changing. The soft shito-shito of drizzle, the steady za-za of downpour, each sound a natural music centuries old. Rain magnifies scents, ozone before a storm, earthy petrichor, wet asphalt, cedar, moss and blooming hydrangea. The sensation of cool mist on your face, humidity wrapping around you, and the comfort of a warm cup of tea become heightened pleasures. Even the playful squelch of shoes in puddles connects you to the world's simple joys. Visually, rain transforms everything. City lights shimmer, neon signs bleed across wet streets, forests glow with silver-edged leaves. The rain isn't a veil but a lens, revealing a more poetic layer of beauty, asking us to look closer. In Japan, the rain invites you to experience the world anew, with every sense awakened. Tokyo's relentless energy finds a new rhythm in the rain. Shibuya Crossing becomes a sea of umbrellas, a living organism of color and movement. Video screens cast vibrant light onto wet streets, dissolving into abstract patterns with every passing car. In Shinjuku's Golden Gai, steam from ramen stalls mingles with mist, lanterns reflected in puddles guiding you through cinematic alleyways. The city's sounds, sizzling food, cheerful chatter, rain on tin roofs, create a cozy, intimate world. Rain draws you indoors. A quiet kisaten, a book, a cup of coffee, jazz and rain outside, a haven of peace in the metropolis. Even skyscrapers become canvases for rain, their mirrored facades dissolving into the sky. Tokyo in the rain is not subdued, but revealed. Its beauty found in reflections, sounds and quiet moments of shelter. The city becomes a dynamic sculpture, alive with the poetry of the weather. On a rainy day, nothing comforts like stepping into a steamy ramen shop. The world outside is gray and wet, but inside, you're greeted by a golden glow and the promise of warmth. The gentle patter of rain on the windows only makes the cozy interior feel more inviting, as if you've discovered a secret refuge from the storm. Fogged windows promise sanctuary. Inside, a chorus of irashaimase and the aroma of simmering broth greet you. The air is thick with steam, carrying the scent of slow-cooked pork and soy, and every face you see is lit with anticipation for the meal to come. At the counter, you watch chefs work with practiced grace, noodles shaken, pork arranged, broth ladled with care. Each movement is a small performance, a dance honed by years of tradition, and you can't help but be mesmerized by the artistry behind every bowl. The kitchen's clatter and the slurp of happy customers blend with the muffled rain outside. The sounds create a symphony of comfort, a reminder that you're part of something communal and timeless, sharing in a ritual that brings people together. When your bowl arrives, it's a work of art. Steam rising, noodles perfect, broth rich, toppings arranged with precision. The colors and textures invite you to savor every detail, and you pause for a moment just to take it all in. The first sip of broth is pure bliss, warmth spreading through you, chasing away the chill. Each mouthful is a gentle reminder that simple pleasures can be the most profound, especially when shared on a rainy day. Eating ramen on a rainy day is a quintessential Japanese experience. Joy in simple things, comfort in contrast. Friends laugh, strangers nod in quiet appreciation, and the world outside fades away for a while. The rain makes the ramen taste even better, heightening every sensation. Each bite feels more satisfying, every flavor more vivid, as if the weather itself is seasoning your meal. Surrounded by content diners, you feel connected and at peace. There's a sense of belonging here, a shared appreciation for the comfort found in a simple bowl of noodles. It's a memory of taste, sound, and feeling that lingers long after the rain has stopped. A moment of warmth you'll carry with you, even as you step back into the world outside. The true magic of the monsoon often hides in small local shrines tucked away in quiet neighborhoods or forest pockets. I stumbled upon one, nestled among cedar trees heavy with rain, the path mossy and ancient. The air was thick with the scent of damp wood, the only sound the steady drip from branches above. Stone guardians, dark with moisture, looked more like patient observers than fierce protectors. Under the shrine's roof I listened to the rain drumming on old tiles, a sound ancient and eternal. Alone I felt a profound peace, as if the rain had washed away not just dust, but the clutter of my mind. These quiet, sacred moments became the most treasured of my journey. Traveling during Japan's monsoon taught me to embrace the unexpected and find beauty in what I can't control. Rain wasn't the end of adventure, but the beginning of a different kind, slower, more intimate, more poetic. The joy of travel is not in ticking off sights, but in being present and letting a place reveal itself on its own terms. Rainy days offer unique gifts: a warm drink in a cozy cafe, glistening streets, the peace of an empty temple, the music of water. The rain encourages a more personal, memorable exploration. I now see rain as an opportunity, an invitation to see the world through a different lens. The rain was the thread weaving together all my most beautiful moments. If you see rain in your forecast, pack an umbrella and an open heart. You may find your most magical memories in the gentle, life-giving rain. As my journey through rain-soaked Japan ended, I stood at the airport, watching the glistening runway. The rain was a gentle farewell, a reminder of the quiet beauty I'd found. The peace of a silent shrine, the comfort of ramen, the joy of a sparkling city. These were my souvenirs. This journey taught me there's magic in gray skies and poetry in puddles. Thank you for joining me in exploring Japan's monsoon magic. I hope you find beauty in your own rainy days wherever you are. Until next time, may your journeys be filled with warmth, wonder, and the occasional magical rainy day.